and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Penny Shadikwetle, and I'm a transformation self-development coach. And I specialize in helping my clients, who are mostly female, find their life purpose or manage their work-life balance. So we've been speaking about self-assessment in the past few videos that I've done, and I've mentioned just briefly about self-improvement. So today I want to delve very deep into self-improvement, and that's where I want to focus on today. We all know that I've emphasized the issue of self-assessment enough, so you know that in order to improve ourselves, we need to self-assess ourselves. We need to be aware of the areas in our lives that need self-improvement, self-assessment, and self-improvement. So today, when we talk about self-improvement, I mentioned also before that most of us coaches advise us that we need to set goals in order to see where we are going, to set a straight path, because that the path is not straight, it spirals. So when we have goals, when we have visions, we sort of like set a straight path towards our end purpose. So what do I mean about setting goals? There are two school of thoughts in even in the coaching arena and the knowledge arena, that says that some coaches and some teachers say that they're not pro goal setting, others are pro goal setting. Some talk about intention, some talk about goals. So the people that are for intention, setting intention, are basically saying that setting goals is very limiting, because you tend to be focused on this one goal for until it gets manifested. And the people that are pro goals, they say that we need to set goals so that we know exactly where we're going. And I'm pro goals. I want to simplify my life. I really don't like complicated. Whatever works for me, I'll go with it. Sometimes I work with intentions, sometimes I work with goals, but most of the time I work with goals, to be quite honest with you. So we're going to talk about goals. So I also mentioned previously that we coaches say that there are 7 areas of our lives that are very important, that are sort of like guiding our life. Sometimes we are unaware, sometimes we are aware. So it's about values. Values are things that are important to us. And I also made an example of a parent who works hard, toiling for money to support their family, and at the end of their life, or even when you ask their family, they would say that I wish my mom or dad would have spent more time with me. Even the parent would say that I wish I'd spent more time with my family as opposed to working so hard. So those 7 areas, we call them values. And like I say, sometimes we are aware of what are our core values, what are our high values, our higher hierarchy of values. Sometimes we are unaware. So when you start working with me in my coaching system, and most coaches, maybe they do that, I don't know, but in my coaching system, we start with this, putting your highest values to the forefront so that you know what you are dealing with. Because it's very sad when you want to manifest a certain outcome, you're not able to manifest it because the intention doesn't meet the result, and you don't know why. And because of values, things that are very important to you. Like I say, sometimes we are aware, sometimes we are not aware. So there's 7 areas, like I mentioned, that we need to be aware, that are guiding our lives. Sometimes under the radar, sometimes we are aware of. So mostly these 7 areas is family, is career or vocation, is physical, is mental or intellect, is spiritual, is financial, is social. So those are the 7 areas that mainly are guiding our lives, that are most important to us. Sorry, I looked down because I wasn't sure what I was pulling. I was pulling this cord. So what happens is that when you don't know what are your highest values, we tend to set goals unaware, and sometimes why we don't manifest our goals is because we are not aware of what is guiding us under the radar, which is lying in the subconscious mind. Like the example of a parent, I like making that example, of a parent who works hard, who thinks that they value family, meanwhile they value money and financials. They don't really value their family, because if they value their family wants attention, family wants especially the kids, they want to play, they want communication, they want that personal touch of a parent being there. So there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, we just need to know exactly what is guiding our life as opposed to being unaware. So that is why we need to know what are our values. So if I want to improve myself, then I somehow get aware that, oh, you know what, I used to think that I'm valuing my family, and now after this session with this coach, I realized that maybe I value money more than my family. Now I want to set a goal towards spending time with my family. So we also know that when you set your goals, your goal must be present, meaning that it must be in a now, it must be positive, it must be measurable, and it must be present. Yeah, so it mustn't be something like I want or I will. It must be I am, or I allow, I allow myself. So it must be worded in a way that it's not gonna be something that is a want, because obviously when is a want, you remain wanting. You never get what you are setting your intention to get. So let's say that you are a parent who discovered that you want to spend some time with your family. So then you will set a goal to support you. I mean, it's self-improvement. I mean, if I want to spend time with my family, or if I want to emphasize a certain goal in my life, then I can set an intention towards achieving it. And that's one of the ways, by setting a goal towards that. So you already know that how to wear it. It must be present, it must be positive, it must be in a present state, like I, not you or something like that. So you can say that I allow myself, or so you see it as if it's already achieved, it's at the end and the goal is achieved, not today. So let's say you are seeing that with this goal that you want to manifest, it's gonna take you, let's say, 12 months. So you see yourself at the end of, likely we are in at the start of 2022. So you see yourself at the end of 2022. Let's say maybe it's the 31st of December, and you say it is the 31st of December, and I'm so grateful that I finally managed to spend time with my family. And you see it as if it's already done. So we are sitting here, today is the 17th, and when you craft that goal, you craft it in such a way that you see yourself at the end of the year in December. I hope I'm making sense so far. So you visualize, I think it's in the Bible, in Habakkuk, it say that write the vision so clear that he who runs may run with it. So it's the same thing, that it must be clear in your mind, and you visualize yourself at the end of the year, how it's going to look like if I really was spending time with my family at the end of the year. So now you can already work on some measurable, it says it must be measurable, some measurable outcomes that you have about how you will take to spend time. What does it mean to spend time with your family to you? I mean, what does it mean to you? Not according to society, or according to the Jones, according to the Smith, or according to the Zulus, according to you. According to you, what does it mean for me? What would mean for me 100% if I achieve this goal? We're working at 100%, or if you don't want to work at 100%, say 10%. If I manage to achieve spending time with my family, what does it mean to me? How would I like to be a parent who's attentive to their family? Okay, maybe it means that I must make sure, like, if you have a helper or a butler or someone who cooks for you, you make sure that maybe you can write that for 3 times a week. I will prepare meals for my family to bring my personal touch. So what does it mean to prepare meals for my family? It means that I'm involved, into what goes in their stomach. Yes, I'm usually involved because I buy food in the house, but now I'm taking action towards preparing these meals. So you can say 3 times a week I will be responsible to prepare meals for my family. You take that. And maybe another one would be 2 times a week I will take walks with my children. Okay, you tick. And once a week I will go out for dinner with my husband. And also be aware of how you are wording it, because now I'm saying will, but I've just said that it must be positive, it must be present, as if it's already happened. So you get the gist of what I'm saying, though. So you can craft it in a way that is present. I've already explained that to you. So you put it there. And what else can you put there that will prove to you that you are working towards this goal? Okay, so let's work on those points. So we're working on these 3 points: preparing meal for my family, taking walks with my children, and going out for dinner with my better half. You put it there, you write it down. So now, does it mean that when you don't meet these outputs that you want to have happen in your experience, if you don't meet them, you're going to beat yourself up? No, you're not gonna beat yourself up. You're just gonna acknowledge which one you didn't meet, and make sure that you make up for it. It's an intention and it's a goal, and when you put the goal in writing, that is another thing that is very important. You put it in writing, the universe is able to help you to achieve this goal. But it doesn't mean that when you don't make these points, you are a failure or you are not serious. It just means that, you know what, you didn't achieve it, and you put it for next time. You will do it, or tomorrow, or next week. If this week I didn't manage to do all the stuff that I wanted to do, then it means that I will do it next time, or next week rather. Let's not say next time. That's the element of a family goal, a family value that you put as a goal, and you want to improve yourself on that because you realized after assessing yourself that you are falling short of that, and is a nagging thing to you. You really want to spend time with your family. You don't want to, at the end of your life, and think, yo, I should have spent more time with your family, and you taking action towards doing it. The most important thing is awareness and taking action to do the work. The universe is able to support us. God is able to support us. Okay, now that is an example of a goal that is based on a family. Okay, let's say now another one of your goal is physical. Okay, like, let me put in that health is easy to manage, especially because when you talk about health, then you have to talk about which area of health do I want to deal with. Maybe it's about leading a healthy lifestyle or building a body that is awesome. So now you're gonna do the same thing that you did with a family goal, and you're gonna work towards that. And that's it. That is it about self-improvement. It means that you take the will to your life, the steering wheel to your life, back in your hands. You're no longer being guided by chance, by default. you are being the captain of your life. That's the term that I wanted to use. You are being the captain of your life, and it is all about that self-improvement. It's all about that. It means that you take action towards changing the areas in your life that you are not happy with, or not even changing the areas in your life. Maybe you are happy with what is happening in your life. Maybe you need to tweak it. You don't need to change anything, but you need to improve it. You need to tweak it there and there, and voila, you take the action. You write things down, and you do a lot of visualization. You can't achieve your goals or your dreams if you do not visualize, because you haven't been there physically. But you know that the mind does not differentiate between what is actually happening or what is not happening. So we take advantage of that. I don't know whether to call it a loophole or whatever. So it's a visualization is the trick that we use to convince our mind. You can't get to where you haven't been, and if you haven't been there physically, best you go there mentally. You go there metaphysically, because even the Bible says that the things we understand, that the things that are physical are coming from the things that are non-physical. It must happen first in the non-physical world before it can manifest. There's a saying that seeing is believing, but we tend to think that seeing with the eyes, because the eyes, if you're gonna rely on a five senses, is severely limiting. So seeing is believing with your mental projection. You must see it. It must feel real. You must feel the vibration of how will it be on the 31st of December when I finally achieve this goal of mine. You are sitting on like me, I'm sitting on this chair on the 17th of January 2022, but I'm already projecting myself, see the end from the beginning. That's what the Bible says. We are not responsible for the things in between. What happens in between, how the universe is going to maneuver us, how it's going to send the right people at the right time, send us to the right places. We don't know. We don't deal with those things. And the visualization and the goal is for the outcome. We are only responsible for the outcome. That's where the free will lies. Our free will lies in that we have no control on the day-to-day runnings of our world, but we can control how we react, the responses. And if you want to change your life, if you want to improve yourself, then you better project it, seeing the end from the beginning, and start to visualize how will it look like when you have achieved that goal, that dream, that vision of yours at the end of 2022. I hope it made sense. I hope so. I love to share, I love to give, and I really hope I'm adding value to your life with these videos of mine. So let's wrap it there. I've said a mouthful about self-improvement, and I think I'm gonna leave it there. So next week we'll talk about something else. We'll be talking more about values next week in our next video. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's a wrap for now. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and for any comment, put them in a comment tab at the bottom of the video. See you next time. Thank you.